Distracto.
Hey, Brian, how are you, man?
I am good. I've had coffee. It's a Saturday morning, rainy Saturday here in Atlanta. But I'm all right.
Oh, you know what? I love a rainy spring day. It's especially with coffee and a nice gray day. That's that warms the cockles of my heart.
I'm more of a sunshiny, cool weather guy myself because rain really bums me out. But I can see the appeal. I have a lot of friends that are a fan of the rain.
I think Caleb never dressed or acted in the manner of goth culture, but I've really come to understand as I've gotten older and understand myself. I am a closeted goth. I love everything it stands for, and I love the music. I love the fashion. I love it all. And so the coffee on a cold, rainy day. Oh God, that's like magic to me.
If I don't see you progressively using more and more eyeliner as we see each other in person, I'm going to be sorely disappointed.
My hair has all gone pretty much gray. There's a little pepper.
Be a nice contrast, though. It'd be really nice.
Thank you. Right. It's like it's like Gandalf the White. But whatever the goth
Gandalf the Sullen, just listening to the Smiths or whatever.
Right.
Or Bauhaus.
Here's my favorite Joy Division tune.
I could help out the hobbits, but I'm so not into that, you guys.
Yeah. So it's just so that's funny. But I've been making my own cold brew in an attempt to break myself of the habit of needing to go to Starbucks every day.
Nice. And saving lots of money on that one, dude. For sure.
Yeah, it's for sure. And I actually love my homemade cold brew. I make the cold brew. I make the simple syrup. I do all of that stuff in-house now. And it tastes so much better. And I feel genuinely better about, having an extra now almost $7 in my pocket every day.
I used to be a Starbucks regular. Every morning I would go and get, some kind of frou-frou drink because I like the mochas and I like the frappuccinos and everything.
Absolutely.
But man, I don't do cold brew as much. I like it. I just don't drink it as much because I like something. I don't know. Even if it's 90 million degrees outside, I still have something hot in the morning. Unless it's like a chai latte. I like a nice chai latte a lot.
Nice. Okay.
But we have we've been doing the drip coffee that goes with our Alexa. So we just tell Alexa to program or turn it on when we get up, and it's great.
Look at that.
But instead, I was getting to the simple syrup part. I used to be the Torino simple syrups that they use at Starbucks. But I switched over to light agave nectar. Dude, game changer. Okay. It's supposed to be, not only is it supposed to be better for you because it's not all this processed nonsense, but it tastes just as good.
Sugar, sure.
Man, I love agave. I put agave on my cereal. It was so good. I love agave.
Nice. My favorite is Demerara syrup.
It sounds like Demerol. Are you sure that's not what you take to get off of heroin? Or well, I guess coffee's kind of like heroin.
You drink this Demerol syrup.
Have a Demerol latte.
But yeah, no, it's basically it's just like brown. It's not brown sugar. It's a type of sugar.
Like raw sugar.
It is. I have to dig into the specifics of why it's different because it is different than just raw sugar. Sometimes you can get it as raw Demerara sugar. So if anybody out there listening knows this, please write in and let us know because I am that kind of guy and I need to know the answer to that. And I will probably.
I've never heard of this before, so you'll be doing me a service.
Right. I will probably forget to look this up afterwards until the next time we talk about it or it comes up and I'll be like, damn it, I didn't look that up. But yeah, Demerara syrup is good because it's brown. It goes with the coffee better. It's like got those similar qualities. Rather than white processed sugar, you've got this amber colored thing. So, and I love iced beverages more than I like hot beverages. I've always wanted my coffee cold. I definitely drink hot coffee, but even in the winter, I drink cold coffee.
So aside from your coffee, your latest coffee discovery, anything else new happening in your world this week, buddy?
So yeah, I've decided to go down this uber bougie rabbit hole with watercolor, where instead of just buying my watercolor like a normal human would, I've decided to start making my own.
So is it just water and food coloring? Like, what are you using?
No, yes, that's exactly. Here, I just squirt some of that in a jar. Caleb made it. No,
I can only make 4 colors, but they're pretty cool.
Right, exactly. I have thought about it for a while. Like, there are certain colors that I use constantly, so I'm always refilling my pans with those. And so I was like, I would like to buy the raw pigment, and I would like to grind it and add the binder and mix it and do all of that myself, and maybe find some, fine tune it, find ways to alter it slightly to make my own colors or my own in-house version of these colors I use all the time. And ultimately it would be like a money saver too. But then I also get the added benefit of going, hell yeah, I made that. So
that's kind of
cool. I bought
cool.
my first round of, I bought my first jar of raw pigment of graphite gray, which is one of the colors that I like to use frequently. And
following the goth theme pretty tightly. Nice.
Right. See, listen, it's right there. It's always been there.
I only work in black or very, very, very dark gray.
Right. Exactly. And it's a lovely pigment. It basically looks like if you took pencil and turned it into watercolor, so you get this nice gray effect that has.
Here's this drawing I did. It's done in wet pencil. You like it?
Right. It's basically looks like that, right? So I got that, and then I bought the binder, which is essentially just gum Arabic, and so I got a jar of that, and then I bought a glass palette to be able to mix on and to be able to mull. I bought a glass mulling thing, which is like this. It almost looks like a hot wax seal kind of thing, but the bottom is glass and flat, and you.
You have like your own little paint meth lab thing happening down there.
I do. It is the only thing I'm missing is like a heat source and some beakers and little things to bubble and churn.
Just random dry ice constantly boiling away in your.
Exactly. What does that do? Oh, that's just for aesthetics. Yeah.
Don't ask about
does
that.
Absolutely
That's not for you.
Right. That's my liquid Demerol that is boiling away. That's the simple syrup I'm making. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to multitask.
Well, you're well on your way to becoming a mad scientist in your new place, and I approve of all this.
I love it, and it's like I've gotta find ways to avoid work that I don't want to do, and so these are the things that I do.
Preaching to the fucking choir, bro. I'm telling you.
Well, hey, what about you? What about you? Before we jump into this episode, I don't want to take up all of the intro.
Oh, no. This is fascinating. And it's way more exciting than what I've been doing. I've been single parenting this week. My wife is out of town on a work trip. So my son and I have gone down our own little rabbit hole. Each night we kind of cap off the evening after dinner with a heavy dose of fails on YouTube, which are always funny.
Oh God, yes. Who doesn't love seeing someone miserably eat shit?
As an unironic fan of the Jackass series of shows and movies, I love it when idiots hurt themselves. It's my favorite thing in the world.
And honestly, the worse the better. I saw one a couple of weeks back of a bunch of people, and I think it was like in one of the South Asian countries like Vietnam or the Philippines or something. But it's like a Mario Kart track.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it is just
great.
The wildest, like unsafest thing to do, and people are just wiping out, and then other cars are just running them straight over. It's so.
Oh yeah, there's no brakes. I think there's no brakes on those things.
I hate the idea of people getting hurt, but I also love seeing it. If that, there's something weirdly satisfying about it.
There's a fine line of there's a podcast
course.
I listen to where they have a great segment called Horrible or Hilarious. And basically all they do is they cull these videos from the internet, and the guest that they have on has to judge whether these videos, usually it's about people getting hurt or fucking up in some spectacular way.
Sure.
If it's horrible or hilarious. And a lot of the people that are like, if it's accidental, like if an old lady's trying to cross a road and like she gets pelted by a delivery bike, not.
Jeez.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's also, you feel bad for the old lady. But if it's someone who's like, looking in a propane tank with their lighter and it explodes, that's hilarious because that guy needs to take himself out of the food chain. That's what are you doing?
And he probably
that's
just
really
did,
funny.
So yeah.
So aside from we cap it off with those videos, and then the last videos we watched, there's a channel on YouTube called Deconstructed. I think it's what it's called. Okay. And they go into they have these like 3D animated mock-ups of how things work. So we watched one on the Roman Colosseum, which was really cool. And having been there, I was like, yep, that's what they told us when we were there. And I saw these things. And so we watched this. They basically explode this 3D model of it and they go into it, how it works. We watched one on siege weapons. And then last night we watched one on how medieval castles worked against the siege weapons. So that was very cool. So we've been doing that for the last 3 nights and a little learning before bed. And we just sat there and enjoyed it, and it was great. And
that's awesome.
And then when he goes to bed, I watch playoff hockey. So there you go.
Well, there you go. I was gonna say you're doing nothing to dissuade people from the theory that men think about ancient Rome all the time.
I don't think about it all the time, but I do love it, and I would like to go back to Rome very soon because Rome is amazing. It's very cool.
And there you have it, folks. Hey, this is Caleb.
This is Brian.
I want to welcome you to Distracto, your dose of distraction from the daily dumpster fire.
Woo woo! Happy Wednesday, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Hump day, butt day, ass day, whatever you want to call it, whatever gets you through the day.
There's going to be some interesting hashtags for this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag ass day. And that's not anything to do with gym culture. So,
Number one in the adult film industry, the Distracto podcast.
Right? Oh, God. That's not the audience we're going for, but if that's the one we get, welcome.
And if you want us to start an OnlyFans just for this podcast, please reach out and let us know.
Oh, God. Nobody needs that.
I agree.
Well, hey, I don't want to start veering us off in that direction because that's not what I have decided that we're going to be talking about today, Brian.
And I can cut that all out if you want.
No, it's okay. You do whatever makes sense for the episode in the editing room, right? But today, I wanted to talk about what we might call street wine. Are you familiar with street wine, Brian?
I've heard it from you specifically under a different term.
Sometimes it's referred to as fortified wine. Sometimes it's referred to. Sometimes it's referred
I like that.
to.
That's a new.
Hey, what were you referring to the other day? Sometimes they're called twist cap wines. Even sometimes I've heard people refer to them as wino wines or the notorious phrase bum wines, right?
Which is wine you drink with your bum.
Yes, that is exact. It's right up the poop chute. You just like grab a funnel, butt chug that. No, that's
the
not
best
it
way
at
to
all.
get the effects is the butt chug. You have it absorbs immediately.
Yes, and it's the best way to end up.
You got to boof that wine, bud.
Oh, good God. It's the best way to end up in the hospital too, or dead. So, I don't want to disparage the homeless community or any of that.
Oh, no, we're not doing that at all.
So I will refer to these as either street wines or fortified wines from this point out in the podcast. But
Caleb, if I may interject, these are wines that you may find at like a gas station for a tremendously low price is what you're saying.
Yes, very, very cheap. They are cheaply produced. And they are meant to get you drunk really fast. Usually have insane amount of sugars and additives that so it's not like you're drinking pure wine. It's not like you're drinking actual liquor or something like that. Sometimes these things are malt beverages or something where they are like alcohol is a major portion of the ingredient list, but also sugars and just like I said, tons of other stuff that will give you the gnarliest of hangovers. And some of these, as we talk about them today, you'll know from notorious stories or your own experience, maybe. I don't know what your college days were like or your high school days, but this is going to be fun.
Well, from your description, it seems like these fortified wines are right up my alley, and minus the horrific headache and the that kind of stuff, but fruity and sweet.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean,
It's great.
so I think beforehand, as kind of a baseline for kind of this discussion, I thought maybe because I know you, I've spent time with you, you're my bro.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's if you don't clean that goddamn bathroom, your guest. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, I had a legit panic attack. Are you sure?
No.
Please tell me if our bathrooms are dirty.
No, you're. I know that you have you're very sensitive. Like, oh God, please tell me if the bathroom is a mess. I had this.
I mean, I'm not advertising we can eat off our floors. We have dogs. We got a kid, but I don't want our bathroom to be gross. Come on.
No. Again, if you want to cut all this out, please go ahead and do that.
No, it's fine. People
funny.
can delve into my mental issues. It's fine.
No, that's okay. No, I was just doing that to review. Your bathroom's always been fine. But like as a baseline, I've spent time at your place. You've made me many a cocktail. We have talked about cocktails. We've gone out for cocktails, and we are both fans of wine and beer. So we have this kind of thing. So I thought what would be fun in advance as a baseline is to talk about the things that we enjoy. The kinds of cocktails or drinks that we enjoy, or if you're not an enthusiast about a specific thing, maybe it's just hey, I like a good Miller High Life and a shot of Jameson or something, which is legit. It's not my speed. That's not what I would drink, but I'm not going to look down on you for that. There was a time when Caleb would definitely look down on you for that, but.
Caleb, if you've had my history with alcohol, I've heard it all. And honestly, nothing affects me anymore. I will gladly drink, a sex on the beach with all the cool ladies if I need to. And it's fine. No, I think we talked about this a little bit in a previous episode where my tastes for alcohol sort of developed a lot later. I mean, I grew up always around family and friends, drinking in high school. Of course, the big deal was to go out in the middle of a field at night and drink underage. And I did not do that because I'm like, we have a liquor cabinet at home. If I really wanted to drink that bad, I could just do it in my house. Like I don't need to go to a field to do this.
Hey,
sounds like a lot of work.
Let's go to Ackerman's Field. And I know
that was the big deal in high school in the 90s was like, let's go because I grew up in it's almost like whatever the combination of suburban rural would be in central New Jersey is where I grew up. So where all the gardens are, that's where I grew up.
Yeah, there's been so many movies that are just like that. Like the suburban kid has to, he is so terminally bored with suburban life and it's so torturous and all the bullshit you go through living in the suburbs of any city that alcohol and drugs and like copious sex as a teenager are the only things to escape that doldrum,
I think it's just a rite of teenage passage, honestly. Like you're doing something to escape the reality of whatever you perceive your hard life to be. And it just so happened that in my neighborhood, we didn't do none of the hard stuff. It was always weed, beer, maybe some hallucinogens of some kind, like acid or something. I don't know. But I always hung out with the kids that did that. I just never did it because I was kind of a timid when it came to doing vices, when it came to partaking in vices. Like I tried cigarettes and I was like, this is not for me. I mean, I grew up with access to it all the time. So it wasn't this taboo thing necessarily. Like I wasn't told never do this. It was just, I grew up Irish Catholic. I mean, come on, my whole family drank.
Sure.
So I didn't really start drinking until later. I didn't even drink that much in college, honestly. I never liked the taste of beer until much, much later. But I started going back to what I preferred was I had, ciders, stuff like that. I had Zima. It was like these gateway into the drinking world.
The malt beverage kind of stuff,
exactly.
Zima and what are some of the other ones like?
Was it the wine coolers that were big back in the day? Like
Smirnoff Ice,
Bartles and James. I think you'd mentioned before at some point.
Yeah, Bartles and James. I always think of the
Seagram's coolers were big, or whatever the coolers were. Remember
Seagram's,
those things?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So anyways, my approach and my history with alcohol is very complicated in terms of my past. Modern Caleb has moved through all of that, and I have a what I would call a healthy respect for alcohol these days. I I've had my periods where I drank way too much and too consistently. And now I'm kind of at a point where even though I have a nice liquor cabinet and I love a good cocktail, I don't really drink all that much anymore. I will definitely drink socially and hang out. I have no problems with alcohol, but I don't feel the pressing need to have it, if that makes sense. Well, and if you're not going to drink something, here's my sexy transition. If you're not going to drink something, let's talk about these street wines or these fortified
gas station
or
wines.
wino or twist cap wines, whatever you want to call them, right? So there are 5 notorious bum wines. Now, I have been a fan, and I'm going to do a big shout out to these guys. I have been a fan of this very simple, and I know nothing about this organization other than that it's a website, and they sell some merch, and they have put up a bunch of these notorious street wines, bum wines, whatever you want to call them.
What's the website?
It is bumwine.com. So all of the info that I'm sharing with you is coming from this. Now, I want to make a very specific disclaimer here. I am not purposely disparaging these beverages or these companies, right? We're just talking about the idea of these and more of the legends of these. So I will definitely share some information directly from the website, but otherwise it's going to be a lot of, just opinion piece. It's a thing. It's not even a think piece. It's a piece, if that makes sense.
It's a treatise, a thesis that has been defended about these fortified wines that Caleb is trying to earn his doctorate.
I discovered this website years ago, and honestly, I could not tell you how I found it or what rabbit hole I was going down when I found it, but I have been enamored with it ever since. And so
I got on the website, and I'm not going to spoil your story, but there's a section of rankings, and I love the 3 categories.
Okay, we will get to that. Okay.
I just scrolled down. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So the first one I want to talk about is, in my mind, and it may not be the most notorious, but to Caleb, it is the most notorious because it was made famous, or I don't know, maybe it just became famous to me because it was immortalized in a song. It was immortalized in the track Night Train by 80s hair band Guns N' Roses, who was one of my favorite bands.
Appetite for Destruction,
absolutely,
baby, let's go.
Legendary record. Yeah. I love that record.
Still have my cassette of that album.
I have it on vinyl now, so because I'm one of those kind of people. But
hey, I like a good vinyl as well.
Oh God, yeah, that whole record to me is pure magic. I love it.
And, it's not a bad tune on the whole thing.
There really isn't. For the good and bad of what all those songs are about.
I have a little addendum to that. So sorry, my
no, don't apologize. Let's
growing up, my dad was a little overprotective of us, my sister and I, about R-rated movies, and I don't know why he was holding on to this stuff like unnecessary cursing. He wanted us to hold on to our childhood innocence, I guess, as long as we could.
Oh, I get it. Believe me, 100%.
So I got the cassette, and it was like a little because that album came out in what 88. 89 maybe
86 okay. 87.
So I got it a little bit later, but inside if you open up the original album art, there is a very controversial image inside of the album. So there's like a cartoon of a robot that's doing some ungentlemanly things towards a lady, or had done it. There's implications. Anyway, it's really well done art. I gotta say, I loved the art. It was just like, oh well, that's.
As far as a taste matter, it is quite tasteful. Yeah, but it's implication.
So, and I went through it. I'm like, okay, so I thought this was like contraband. Again, this proves how neurotic I was as a kid. So I went in there and I actually went through the liner notes of the cassette, which is already impossible to read unless you have bifocals anyway.
I think it's at a 0.07.
It's a very
size.
Small font.
It's not even one. It's not even a 1.
No, it's very, very small. I went in with a black ink pen and I crossed out all the curse words in it.
Oh,
so
man.
I don't know what I was worried was going to happen. Like he was going to go through my taste and be like, that says fuck. And meanwhile, my dad cursed all the time. Like it was, yes. But if we did it, it was a bad thing.
Yeah. So, see, that is a mirror to my childhood too. I love my parents. They're great. But yeah, there was the, do as I say, not as I do kind of thing.
Right.
We went to church and all that kind of stuff. And, the church taught no drinking. My parents drank all the time. Obviously, there's this taboo in Christianity about swearing, which I do not share. And they would swear all the time. But, the second I stubbed my toe and went, shit, it was like I was grounded for 2 weeks, and it's like that's extreme, But
so when I got this, it was kind of the Guns N' Roses was really kind of an intro to like, oh, this is like something edgier than I've been used to at the time. Because I grew up with like classic rock, and my parents are big into folk music and things like that. So we always had music playing at the house, but it was always like stuff that wasn't Guns N' Roses. So,
right? Yeah, exactly.
So having that just sparked the memory of having. I got to find that cassette, and if I could find it, I'll take a picture of where I crossed out all this stuff.
That's amazing. I kind of need to see that. That's for sure. But yeah, I had a similar thing. I had a friend made me a Maxell tape copy of that, and I would listen to it in my Walkman. Man. Yeah. And my mom one time was like, "Oh, you're listening to what are you playing in your headphones?" I said, "It's this band called Guns N' Roses." And she's like, "Oh, I've heard of them. Give me that tape." And she took it away from me. She wouldn't let me listen to it anymore. I got a yoink. Yeah, it was literally taken. And then like a week later, my mom came back to me, and she for all of the weird bullshit and double standards that I grew up with, no shade to my parents, because I'm a fucking wreck as a parent too, I'm sure. I just love my kids, and I'm sure I'm full of inconsistencies, like all of us are, right? You can only do the best you can. But I remember that she had this moment where she brought me into the living room, and she handed me the cassette back, and she said, "Here, you can have your Guns N' Roses tape." And I said, "Why are you giving this back?" And she goes, "I realize that you are going to listen to this with your friends, and I have no control over what you do." She goes, "All I can ask is that you don't do something stupid because this made you do it." And she gave it back. And then I've always remembered that kind of, I trust you to be a good human. Don't let music, or don't let anything really, is the subtext, try to convince you to do stupid stuff. And so I remembered that. And that has been one of my, parenting philosophies too. But I digress. So speaking of not doing stupid shit.
No, and this is a nice segue back into Night Train. So
would be one of the things. So like, according to bumwine.com, I'm just going to read this because it says it in a way that I don't think I could paraphrase, because this is what I would call modern poetry. This is like, if there's going to be a poet laureate for the Trump administration, that's what this thing would be, right? So
I'm honestly surprised that person already isn't elected as the poet laureate.
I can only imagine what this person's physical appearance would look like based on this, right? So here we go. So it says Night Train Express. It says, "Don't let the 0.5 less alcohol by volume compared to Cisco fool you." We'll get into Cisco in a moment.
Wait. We'll tell them how much alcohol it does have by volume.
Okay, so Night Train is a whopping 17.5% alcohol by volume, or what we in the biz call ABV, right? That's a good God. So, and it's a twist top, bottle. It's got a nice little burgundy colored label that has a giant train driving through. Choo choo.
Presumably at night.
Right. You're going to Shit Town. Here's your ticket. So one-way ticket to the bathroom. Kids, this is not the Hogwarts Express, right?
I mean, if you drink enough of it, it could be any train you wanted, probably.
Good God. This is probably more like the fever dream that is the Polar Express. But if the conductor was Jason Voorhees. So
he doesn't say much, but he'll get you where you want to go.
Exactly. So apparently Cisco is 18%. That's what we're going to get to in a moment. But
is that where the name of the rapper, the musical artist, got his name from?
I sure hope not. Sure hope not. Okay, so it says the Night Train is all business when it pulls into the station. All aboard to nowhere. Woohoo! This is direct from the website, by the way. The night train runs only one route, sober to stupid, with no round-trip tickets available, and a strong likelihood of a train wreck along the way. I mean, God, the words are just dripping from this guy's pen as he writes this. This train yard favorite is vinted and bottled by a famous, notable winery, E&J Gallo Winery.
Ernest and Julio Gallo, to those of you in the know. That's right.
Would that be Julio or Julio?
I think I always heard it pronounced Ernest and Julio Gallo, but you're probably right. It probably is Julio. But I've actually heard of that company, and I didn't know that they made Night Train.
Yeah, E&J Gallo Winery. They've made all kinds of wine. Yeah. Oh, see, here's the thing. A lot of these companies are a lot of these like shitty drinks are made by major wineries. So they're trying to get, they're tapping into all these markets, right? So E&J Gallo Winery out of Modesto, California. It says, don't bother looking on their webpage because they dare not mention it there.
I would put it first and foremost. Like, from the makers of Night Train comes a lovely table Cabernet that pairs with Slim Jims and Doritos.
Oh, God. As a clever disguise, the label says that it's made by Night Train Limited. Some suspect that Night Train is really just Thunderbird with Kool-Aid added.
Oh man!
To try to mask the Clorox.
You really got to mask that Clorox flavor.
So it's just got to be like fucking straight fire going down the throat, right?
Is it wrong that I kind of can't wait to try this?
See, so hang in to the end, all you gentle listeners, because we're definitely going to have a follow-up episode about this. But let's continue here. Some of our researchers, and I can only imagine that there are legitimate scientists involved in this research for Night Train.
Are they legitimate scientists?
They're former CDC employees, Some of our researchers indicated that it gave them a NyQuil-like drowsiness, and perhaps that's why they put night in the name.
Night train.
Right. The picture on the label shows that the subject that drank Night Train is down for the count, while the Cisco guzzling subject is ready to rock. Right. So apparently, they have like a rating of how to like 5 stars or 3 stars, or this one's like 3, how spicy is it? 3 peppers or, whatever. This one is a man in various stages of drunkenness. And so while Night Train, their little like rating system is the guy is on the ground. Whereas Cisco, the guy is like, like woohoo party time. Right. So the tagline on the end of this paragraph is guaranteed to tickle your innards.
See, I like that. It gives you a little hope at the end.
It does.
Because you don't know what that means. It could be like a tapeworm, or it could be just fun kind of wine stuff. You don't know.
Good God. I mean, so we've mentioned 2 other beverages. So we're going to go back and talk about them. Cisco was the other one, but I want to go back.
And Cisco is not spelled the same way I looked it up. It's it's Sisquo, I think.
Oh, well, look at that.
So my apologies to Mr. Cisco. I was not trying to lump you in with this fortified wine.
You know what? There's not a bottle of Night Train in the thong song. So
when there might have been one when they were recording it. You don't know.
Yeah, that is so true.
Or so maybe they drove by someone drinking one. Who knows?
So we're going to go back and we're going to talk about Thunderbird, because this one, even though Night Train is my favorite of the notorious, fortified wines here.
Have you had Night Train before, Caleb?
I have not. I have not had any of these.
Okay. And in fact, I think I've tried Mad Dog 2020 once, but I don't remember it.
I have. In my prep for this episode, I was looking up to see if I could actually find in my town any place that sold any of these, and there is not a single location.
Are you serious?
In the Joliet.
There's definitely some in Atlanta for sure, buddy. When you come down.
Dragon Con is going to be off the chain, my friend.
I can drop the $7 on all 8 of these or whatever it is.
Yeah, because it's probably $8 might be, or $7 might be a little much. You know, you can probably get
for
them
the entirety of the of the
I'm saying you can get all of them for
Oh.
probably about $4. You know.
This is going to be my mission right now. This is going to be my new distracted thing to do.
None of the liquor stores that I could find online, any of at least the reputable ones, which was probably my problem. I'm searching for reputable ones. The places where you're going to find it aren't going to be like your Binnies or your big chains or your like, you know, nice establishments. This is going to be like a dirty gas station off the beaten path somewhere.
I think in a lot of cases, it's also like when you're in college and you need furniture, someone just gives you a couch. I think it's like how this works with a lot of these wines as well. Someone just hands you a half-drank bottle of Cisco or Night Train, and they're like, "Here, this is your problem now. My innards are sufficiently tickled." So
here, it's a cursed object. It just gets passed around. It's never full, but it never empties either.
The old gypsy woman said I needed to hand it to somebody else.
I curse you, Thunderbird. hands you a
God,
right.
my innards.
So Thunderbird is the big one. Now this one actually had a fucking theme song, believe it or not.
Did it really?
It did, right?
Please tell me you have a link to this theme song.
I don't have a link to the actual song yet because I didn't actually go through it, but I do have the lyrics here, so we'll get to that as we go.
By the way, just to double back on the Night Train thing, I was looking at a clear image of the logo, and it is indeed a train, but underneath like the Night Train Express, because apparently that's what it's called.
Yes, Night Train Express.
It says serve very cold. I just like the modifier, like how, like why? Like why do we need to serve this? I mean, not that I want to drink warm Night Train or anything, really, but it's like, why God. Very cold?
Right.
And how cold is very cold to the Night Train Corporation?
Right. Like what qualifies, like, because very cold, it's like if you talk to somebody in Florida, very cold is like 62 degrees, right? So like what...
Maybe it's a sliding scale of what region you're drinking Night Train in.
Exactly. I mean, here in Chicago, I don't even put like full leg coverage pants on until it hits about 40 degrees. So it's like...
They just have Night Train popsicles in Chicago because it's very cold in the winter.
You are probably not wrong. That I would imagine. If you saw the people, like when I was going to school...
there's too much alcohol for that to freeze.
There is like... I would walk this route from my school to the metro station to ride back home at night after classes were done, and there was at least 8 different homeless people who would had signs that would. One guy literally said, "Totally using this money to buy booze." You know, so like if you gave him money,
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, the honesty was great, right? So I would imagine there are Night Train and Thunderbird and Cisco popsicles available in Chicago.
Sure.
So Thunderbird, it says, as pictured to the right, look for the pigeon feces and you'll find this old bird. As soon as you taste this swill, it will be obvious that its makers cut every corner possible in its production to make it cheap. So, and if you do look at this picture, it's literally a bottle of Thunderbird, which just looks like it could be a bottle of Malort or a bottle of some kind of white wine with the Thunderbird logo on it, and it is literally surrounded by pigeon feces.
But this description makes Malort sound like an expensive Chablis in comparison.
Oh, God. I would probably 100% rather drink a bottle of Malort than a bottle of Thunderbird.
Well, hold on now. You hate Malort. You're on record.
I do. I am on record as saying Malort is garbage.
I've made my peace with Malort. You know this. I think I've turned a corner with it. I don't want to drink it socially, but I'll accept it.
Well, Thunderbird self-proclaimed itself as the American classic. So, just think about what that says about us as a nation.
That's just words.
Thunderbird is vinted and bottled by none other than guess who makes this, Brian?
Let's see, a pigeon. I don't know. Like the car, was it the car company that made also the Thunderbird?
Yes, exactly. It was. I don't even know.
All of our drippings from our vulcanized tires went right into the making of this lovely fortified wine. No, who made it?
Night Train and Thunderbird are both made by E&J Gallo Winery.
Are you serious? Ernest and Julio
100%.
Gallo again.
Yep.
Man, they have cornered the market on these things, dude.
So again, like Night Train. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. So the label also distances itself from the winery, right? By saying that it's made by
Wisely.
Thunderbird Limited, right?
Which sounds way cooler as a name, by the way.
I mean, hell yeah, that might be my next band name. But if your taste buds are shot and you need to get trashed with a quickness, then T-Bird is the drink for you.
T-Bird.
Or if you just like to smell your hand after pumping gas, look no further than Thunderbird.
Okay, you know what? I think little shots fired. I do like the smell of gasoline in small quantities. Like, when I was a kid and in New Jersey, you don't have to fill up your own tank. An attendant comes and does it for you. It's like one of the 2 states left. I think Oregon is the other one.
Yes, so, Oregon is definitely the other state.
Right. So 2 states, they don't trust their citizens to pump their own gas, which is
they're going to put this hose down their pants.
Right. So every time we went to the gas station and I got like the waft of the unleaded, I would be like, this smells kind of good, actually. Like I wasn't huffing gas in my spare time or whatever, but I like the smell of it.
Well, side note, for a long time, I liked the smell of cigarette smoke because, and here's why, and everybody's going to be screaming in the comments about this. It was that way because I had a bus driver who let me sit right up front, not in the front seat of the bus, but I would squeeze between the front seat of the bus and the driver's seat and sit on the fucking console. I would
Please tell me that this bus driver smoked while taking you guys to school.
He smoked while driving us to school. And not only that, but then he would even be like, "Hey, Caleb, you wanna open the door to let all the kids in?" So I would So in addition to smoking like a chimney and letting me sit on the console, just like side seat, like, I got to get up, climb back out between the seats and stand and pull the lever that opened the doors for all the kids. They would walk on, then I'd close it. And I would stand as he's driving down the street, hitting bumps, coming to stoplights and everything like that. And I would get to open and close the door for everybody.
Now, did you go to school during the Industrial Revolution? Is that when this happened?
I don't think there were any laws.
Were you on your way to the factory?
So I say this to say for a period of exactly 10 months, my parents lived in a part of Alabama called Notasulga.
I've never even heard of it.
No, nobody would. It was this tiny town about 45 minutes outside of Auburn, Alabama. My dad worked did something at the University of Auburn, and his job transferred him down there. So we were down there for 10 months. I was, I think, in 2nd grade. So imagine like an 8-year-old kid, 8-year-old standing up with a smoking bus driver and letting kids on and off the bus by opening the door.
As my Googling just mentioned, as of 2024, Notasulga, Alabama has a population of 871.
It's exactly. So we could, again,
shout out to the town of Notasulga, Alabama. I hope you're listening.
Represent.
Alabama.
Yeah, it was an awful place. So if any of the 800 some odd residents of Notasulga hear this, it's on. Bring me your worst.
You just started a war with a very okay. I don't know if you know how the South works. I've lived down here long enough.
I
don't take kindly to shade being thrown just willy-nilly, sir.
Nope. But
there are lots of areas in Georgia that think the Civil War is still happening. So
You're fighting the 3rd war. I'm on the 7th.
I didn't say anything about your town, Notasulga. I am on your side.
So I would like to somehow meander our way back to Thunderbird here. I don't know how we got off on
this. Is going to be a real long episode, folks. Strap in.
But anyways, so it basically says if you like the smell of gas on your hand, look no further than Thunderbird. Right, as you drink on, this bird soars higher while you sink lower. The undisputed leader of the 5. So the
I gotta say, these are wonderfully written, and none of them so far has made me not want to try any of these.
No, you're not. See, that's the problem. They're not discouraging you from drinking it. They're painting like an acid trip in liquid form. And
all of these in my mind are like, challenge accepted. Let's go, baby.
Exactly.
And I don't need to know math anymore. I'll just burn that part of my brain out. It's fine.
So this next sentence only makes sense if you understand kind of the format of bum wine. And I want to encourage all of our listeners to go check it out and see it for themselves. It's a very simple website. There's no frills here, but it's classic, and it feels like its format totally fits the content that they're making, right? But there's 5 notorious wines here, right? And again,
it's like the Mount Rushmore of these wines.
Yes. And so Thunderbird, Night Train, these are them. So there's 5 of them, and we'll try to hit all of them. But
this might have to be a 2-parter, which would be we can split this into 2 parts, man. This is great. I'm loving all of this.
We did, in fact, make this episode a 2-parter, so make sure you guys tune in next week for the second half, where we continue to discuss street wines and whatever other nonsense we get up to. I think you're going to love it.
Hey, you there! Yes, you! Do you feel bored? Restless? Are you filled with an overwhelming sense of impending dread by a society on the brink of collapse? Are you looking for a brief moment of escape from the nightmare hellscape our daily lives have become? Well, have no fear! Distracto is here! What is Distracto, you ask? Why, Distracto is a podcast and so much more. Distracto is your dose of distraction from the drudgery of the daily dumpster fire. If you like pop culture, reviews, comedy, deep dives, interviews, or going down internet rabbit holes that just might get you put on a list, then Distracto is the podcast for you. Join hosts Caleb and Brian each week as they delve into delightful and deranged topics that'll make you briefly forget that the world is on fire. Subscribe to Distracto today, where all fine podcasts are found. Follow us on social media at DistractoPod on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Or contact us directly at distractopod@gmail.com. Remember, Distracto can't solve your problems, but it can distract you from them.